What's up? I'm Lexi. I live in Japan. I'm gonna tell you how much I make working here and what the cost of living is. But
Hello
first, in the
everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna dive deep into the topic that life in the US is getting more expensive. So I wanted to see how your people in Japan are living and what we can learn from that. And so now let's get started and watch those clips together.
Hey, so you guys were really interested in that last video I did on my electricity bill payment. So I figured I can do a little bit of a part 2 on my cost of living here in Japan. But before we get started, first I want to say my cost of living is my own personal experience. I live in the countryside of Japan, so how much I pay might be significantly less than what someone else pays in a larger city like Tokyo. So let's jump into how much it does cost for me to live in Japan. So starting off with my rent, I pay 55,984 yen, which is about $373 USD. And for my utilities, so my gas, I pay 5,708 yen, which is about $38. My water, I paid 3,190 yen, which is about $21. And for my electricity, 5,966 yen, which is about $40. So besides that, I also have my phone payment, and that's about 4,807 yen, which is about $32, and my Wi-Fi in my house, which is about 7,128 yen, which is about $48 USD. So besides those payments, I also have transportation. I don't really use a train, so I rely on my car. So I pay for just gas, and that's 8,989 yen, which is about $60 USD. And then finally, for food and groceries, I don't really eat out a lot, but when I do eat out, I like to have money set aside for that. So in total, I put aside about 30,000 yen for groceries and for eating out. So overall, that leads me to a total of 121,772 yen, which is about $812 USD. And that is my cost of living for living here in Japan. Again, it is significantly less than how much somebody in Tokyo would be paying, but I like it. It's cheap. It's enough for me to feel like I'm still living, I'm able to live. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and follow me if you want to watch more videos on my daily life in Japan.
What's up? I'm Lexi. I live in Japan. I'm gonna tell you how much I make working here and what the cost of living is. But first, in the comments, tell me what was the last thing you spent your money on? Mine was a matcha. Let's kick it off with my bills. Conversions to US dollars will be on the screen. Rent for my 1-bedroom countryside apartment was 35,000 yen. And my car payment for my old energy-saving car is 15,000 yen. My internet is 3,000 yen, it's really slow. My water bill is 1,000 yen. My gas bill was 3,334 yen. My electricity bill was 6,835 yen this month. My income tax was 6,960 yen. My employment insurance was 1,375 yen this month. I prepaid for my health insurance and my health insurance tax. Together, those were approximately 3,000 yen for this month. I usually pay 3,000 yen or less for the gas that goes in my car. And for groceries, I spend between 6,000 and 10,000 yen per week. Now, that sounds all well and good, but how does it compare to my salary? I got you. In the month of August, I worked 19 days for approximately 4 hours a day, working at an eikaiwa, which is an English conversation school. I don't get paid hourly, and I also don't make minimum wage, so please stop asking me about minimum wage. I make 250,000 yen a month. On top of that, my school covers my car insurance, which would have been 150,000 yen over the course of 2 years, I think. They also pay for my labor insurance. I don't know how much that costs. If you want to know more about how I got my job, I have a pinned video on the whole process and links in my bio to help you out. Thanks for checking out my page.
How much does it actually cost to live in Japan? Here's my cost breakdown per month living alone in Japan. For reference, I live in Osaka, not Tokyo. Tokyo can be a little more expensive. Number 1, rent. My rent is roughly 91,000 yen a month, including the management, security fees, and everything. If you play in convenience store, which is what I do, you have to pay roughly 300 yen extra. My utilities, so my electricity, gas, and water, at maximum for a month come to around 15,000 yen. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. In the winter, obviously I'm using the AC more, but right now the weather's nice, so I'm not using it. Wi-Fi is free with my apartment, thank God. My phone plan is 5,000 yen roughly a month. Sometimes it's 3,000, sometimes it's 6,000, but it depends on how much I use it. My groceries is usually between 20,000 to 30,000 yen a month. I like to get a lot of fresh produce, and you definitely could do it cheaper if you're eating like cup noodle, but I think my gut would kill me. I also would say I spend maybe 5,000 to 10,000 yen a month on cafes or eating out, but again, it depends on the month. Health insurance is just 2,000 yen a month. I set that up when I first came. My transport IC card, I would say, is 2,000 to 3,000 yen a month. In Osaka, I mostly walk everywhere, so I'm not using the transport card so much. So in total, I spend around 135,000 to 146,000 a month living in Japan. Of course, lifestyle spending and shopping, clothes can be a little extra, but that's what it is for me. I think it is significantly cheaper than what it would cost for me to live in England a month, so I'm happy and I live a really fun life. Go out and I do a lot, I travel a lot, so I think it's good value. Let me know if you want a breakdown of the move-in costs too. I can do a video on that.
Babes, I feel like I've been lied to my entire life, because how was this even possible? Like, we all know I moved here to Japan because I wanted to start fresh, but also the cost of living here is very low. And I don't work for a Japanese company. Instead, I work for myself, and I make just over 100k Australian a year. So my money goes a long way here in Japan. But I didn't think it would go that long, because we're moving into a new place soon and we're going through our, monthly fixed cost budget, right? And so we went through some numbers and stuff and we came up with a figure. Are you ready for this figure? Because you need to sit the fuck down. 1,600 Australian dollars per month is how much it's going to cost me to live here. And that 1,600 includes my rent, it includes my water, gas and power, my Wi-Fi, and the phones for 2 people. This is what? Honestly, I can't even remember the last time I paid that much a month for anything. That's $400 a week. Oh wait, no, there's 2 of us. Holy shit, I can split it again. Hold up. $200 a week. It's gonna cost me $200 a week to live here in Tokyo in a 1-bedroom apartment with a lounge, kitchen and dining combined in Tokyo. Holy shit. For context, my life in Sydney was costing me around about 4,500 Australian dollars a month. Oh my god. And people thought I was winning. They're like, oh my god, she's got her shit together. Look at her with her apartment in the city and like making all that money. Girl, I was stressed the whole time. Thinking, how can I afford shit? Seriously, why would I put myself under that again? No. And given the opportunity to move, I hauled my ass over to Japan right quick, and I'm so glad I did, because God forbid I pay that much ever again. I'm gonna say that the quiet part out loud here, babes. If you've been thinking about leaving Australia or New Zealand because it's too expensive and you're like, man, one day I'm going to come to Japan, treat this as your message, your sign. Come to Japan.
After watching those 4 clips together, I felt a mix of admiration and a little bit of sadness. In Japan, some people live along in Osaka for just over $1,000 a month. Even in Tokyo, all expenses, rent, utilities, phone, food fit into about $1,600, with enough left to grab some coffee or traveling. Meanwhile, in the US, the rent alone already makes most of us think twice. Not to mention insurance, taxes, gas, and everything else that comes with daily life. But what really stood out to me wasn't the numbers, but it was the way they choose to live. They don't need a lot to feel content. They choose smaller paces, but lighter lives. And here, sometimes we have more, yet we still feel a lot heavier than the Japanese people. Of course, it's not about which country is better, but you see, Japan is more affordable, safer, and easy flying, but it also comes with pressure in a certain social distance. US costs more, but often freedoms, and flexibility and a chance to reinvent yourself. So maybe the real question isn't where is cheaper, but it is a question that where do we actually feel that life is meaningful? And are we trading too much of our peace, or what we call the modern life? If one day you could work remotely, way more peaceful, like Japan, would you be willing to leave the US to live somewhere else like Japan? So can share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I actually love to hear from you. Because sometimes your experiences speak louder than statistics. And if this conversation resonates with you, don't forget to like or follow my channel. I mean, subscribe to the channel, because next time I'll be comparing what it's really like to live a low cost but high happiness life in Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam, maybe, to see which place might be the most livable once you're past your 40. And that's it for our video today. Thank you so much for spending your time watching together, and see you.